All right, Shalom, Mike. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that teaches word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And today, I just want to tie this lesson. The sea hip in World War III is biblical. As we seeing these events that's taking place upon the planet Earth are not random. These are actually this is actually the workings of Yahweh Shema Shai. For the Lord and His intents and purposes to play out, man. And we're in a time where the Lord is finna fulfill His perfect will. With everything that's taking place is an effort to violently overthrow the third part of man, which is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And the thing, just going back, the MOTB, which is the sea hip in World War III, is biblical. It's written within the scriptures. And these are the intents and purposes of Yahweh Shema Shai. So matter of fact, let's start off with this in the book of Revelation chapter 4 and verse 11. It reads, "Thou art worthy, O Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, to receive glory and honor and power. For thou hast created all things." See? And all, it means exactly what it says. All things. Which, when people hear creation, they think of trees and, the animals. You might say the sun and the moon, of course. But as well as a scenario, there's a creation as well of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's why when you go into prophecy, that's a creation. That's a work of the Lord, man. It says, "For thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created." See, this is for the pleasure of the Lord, for His purposes and His intents. So that's why you have sea hips. They're just not, see, Neuralink is not in the news just to be in the news. CBDCs. When you hear about these different skirmishes and you hear about war, this is concerning the pleasure of the Lord and how it will be fulfilled, man. You have the sea hip. So prophecy can take place. It talks about that hour of temptation. I said concerning World War III with the Lord. Matter of fact, let's get that, because the Lord have tell you how He created the smith for this scenario to take place. Isaiah 54 and verse 16, it reads, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy." See, so concerning these modern day smiths, which are the scientists, the Lord have given them the information to the knowledge of to split atoms and to smash them together. Ultimately an effort to create this weapon of mass destruction, man. This is of Yahweh Shema Shai. The Lord have shaped and fashioned this so it can be a build up to World War III. That's why when you go into Revelation, the 9th chapter, it goes and talks about World War I. And that revolutionized how war was played out. Because they go into the dog fighters and World War II, the technology advanced even more, and it was ultimately capped off by the way of those bombs. But now this war, matter of fact, let's get that in Isaiah the 9th chapter, because scripture talk about that fire. You know, would the Lord have made, have Esau to make those missiles, man? That is the tool that's going to be brought forth to bring forth that fire. Isaiah 9 verse 5, it says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. So that's how ancient war was played out. Where you actually had to strap up, you had to put your shield on, you had to have your armor, your shield, you had the sword, and you actually had to get up on your opponent, your enemy, and whether you hear shields smashing swords or bones getting hacked away or war cry, that will contribute to that confused noise. It says, but this, meaning concerning this battle, this form of war, shall be with burning and fuel of fire. See? And that's why you have missiles on the scene. What other conclusion could you come to and say that what else could it be talking about but World War III? Because that's gonna be the results of it. That fire. But the Lord have created the tool for that. He have used Esau, his scientists, to bring forth that instrument. And over the course of time, it talks about how that the Lord He gonna wet his sword when you read Psalm 7. So over the course of time, those missiles have gotten efficient. From you had the atom bombs to these hydrogen bombs to now you got the supersonic missiles. So what else could they be talking about but World War III? And concerning that major prophecy of the sea hip, all this goes hand in hand. This is going to contribute to that hour of temptation. That time of Jacob's trouble. So matter of fact, let's get this. St. Matthew 24 and verse 29 says, immediately after the tribulation of those days. See, so as you can see, it's going to be a time of tribulation. And what's going to bring that is, what's going to contribute to it is the Karak movement, to where it's going to be mandated for you to take it to continue in this system. But you gotta have this mark to buy and sell. So it says, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. So that's ultimately the chip in World War III. That's the order is coming in. That's why there's the last two major prophecies. Because immediately after the sea hip, that scene of the hour of temptation, the next scene is the destruction. So long ago, the saying of the Bible days, every day is the Bible day. Even the future concerning the kingdom, that's still gonna be the Bible days. Why? Because the scriptures dictates the coming and goings of man. That's why the Lord created all things. That's as everything. Why it talks about how a leaf cannot fall without the sanctioning of the Lord, man. So this is not Isaiah. Is it Isaiah? Yeah, Isaiah 42. Bear with me. Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 8. It says, I am the Lord, that is my name, and my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images. And that's what Yahweh Shai is doing now. He having his men to declare his mighty works, man. See, when these things happen upon the planet Earth, you can't say Buddha did it or JC. The only conclusion that you can come to is that it was Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. You know, when these things began to take place. It says, behold, the former things are come to pass. See? And what was the former things? Concerning the flood, Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, and a plethora of other, works. Because ultimately the Lord controlled everything. The Lord actually, from a car wreck to somebody winning the fucking Super Bowl, ultimately it all go back to Yahweh Shema Shai. But concerning these major events that takes place upon the planet Earth, the Lord makes sure he put his name on it and everyone knows it. That's why it talks about hearing the fame of the Lord and what he have done in Egypt. Because he made sure he put his name on it. So when word get around concerning it, you got to say it was Yahweh Shema Shai. So the former things that come to pass and new things do I declare. See, so new things is what? The sea hip. World War III. These are the new things that's being declared in this time. It says, before they spring forth, I tell you of them. See, and now we seeing it is springing forth. The prophecies are lively now. You can go to a plethora of articles concerning this momentum heading towards the digital society. That's why you have Neuralink. That's why you have the CBDCs. You got chipping parties and the TikTok chick, chip girl. That's springing forth. That prophecy is beginning to bud forth, as well as concerning World War III, and that it is even becoming more evident that that's where this place is heading towards. And the scriptures already outlined it. Concerning, like I said, the Russia-Ukraine situation. When it first kicked off, you just had a nigga just got through eating crab legs. Somehow he found his way to Ezekiel 38 because of this happening. But this is beginning to spring forth. You can go into articles, you can go into videos and news clips and interviews concerning prophecy. Whether they tell you that a famine is happening, or that there's a digital society, or that World War III, But this is all the plots and plans of Yahweh Shema Shai. These are his intents and his purposes. And all these things that's happening is for his pleasure, for prophecy to take place, So matter of fact, let's get this in the book of Jeremiah 30. In verse 24, it reads, the fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he have done it. See? So everything that's happening is an effort for the third party men to be violently overthrown. And those that hold fast to him. It says, and until he have performed the intents of his heart. See, and the intents of the Lord's heart is written throughout the scriptures. The intent lets you know it's a prophetic overtone to it. I mean, it's been drawn out. It's been planned. And this has been planned before the beginning, man. Before the foundation of the world. This was all part of it, man. The script, There ain't nothing on the fly. See, the sea hip is not just here just to be here. You got Neuralink and they doing trial runs on people now. And like I said, you got Chip Girl. Because ultimately the intentions of the Lord is being made known that this is the next phase of prophecy. This is what's going to contribute to that hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble. As well as World War III. The scriptures talk about that fire. The hailstones. And now we see it's making a whole lot more sense. Oh, the arrows, It says in the latter days ye shall consider, and that show you that that's when it was gonna. That show you that the Bible days is forever, man. Because like I said, people say, yeah, that was the Bible day. Well, this is talking concerning the latter days. The Spirit of the Lord, His intentions is going to be made known. His anger is gonna be poured forth in the latter days. So it ain't just like the Bible days was after the book of Daniel. No, every day. Why? Because this dictates life. You know, and it just say the words of life, which is going to actually lead to life, but it actually dictates life as well. You know, but it's we should consider. So yeah, you got to actually entertain the idea that the MOTB is the CL. Why? Because people actually use it to buy and sell. They have their records on there, their doctor records, and you know their information, as well as they can buy and sell. They can go on. You know, they try to pitch it the way it's convenient. Now you can open your door without the key now. You know, as well as I said World War III, because that's the only talk to where you had the Ukrainian president to stop everything and to assure the people, you know, this nigga stop the war, so to let everybody know that that's not going to be a World War III. Well, that's the plans of Yahweh Shema Shah say there is going to be. You know, but as well as that word consider goes into teach. So that idea of the charagma being a C-hip where it's some actually being implanted in you, that idea is being taught. And guess what? Now it's actually manifesting that's the case. As well as World War III, that those arrows are those missiles. And guess what? It's now making sense. It's beginning to bud forth, you know? But the C-hip in World War III is biblical. So yeah, Akim, I just hope they're edifying. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Racha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that teach the word in our true faith and sincerity. DTA, Abba Soon. Very soon.